Hi guys, Patty from Patty's Crafty Spot, and today we're going to wrap up the rest of our album. We got all of our pages done as well as the inside, front, and back covers. So now it's just time to put all this together. So let me just go ahead and walk you through. So here is what my cover looks like. Absolutely love this paper and that little lantern. Just by going like that, it looks like it's lighting up. So here's my inside front cover with the set of unique stack pockets, just like that. A little twist on stack pockets. They're just using the die as an embellishment as well as making it functional to hold your tags. Then we come over here, one of the new tags we open up. We got a little corner pocket along with our tags to stick in that pocket, and then we open up like this. And then a nice fun little element where you can add photos. And let me just grab these guys. And then you have lots of room in this pocket right here for photos. Just like that. And then we flip it open. We have this cute little pop-up right here with photos. So it would go like this. For storing it, I just leave it down just because it makes it easier. But you can go ahead and stick photomats and stuff right in here to keep it all closed, and then pop open for a nice fun little effect there. And then we repeat ourselves again with the fun little spinner card. Open up here, room for tags and photomats again, just like that. And flip over again, some more tags. These cute little snowmen, super cute. And then we pop up, just like that. Flip. These add a lot of fun embellishment, especially if you're making a book for a kid. And it kind of gives them an interactive element in the book that they can play with. And right here. And then this too, even, you can put some magnets under here to keep everything tidy. You could do it this way. There's a lot of different options that you could do to go ahead and make that page fun. And then we open up. And then, of course, we wrap it up with our back page here with room for all of our cute photomats, just like that. Alrighty. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video following this. It's going to show you how we put all this together and wrap up our little snowman album. Alright, enjoy. So let's get started with the first one. So I already cut my cardstock out at 11 by 11, and this is 9 by 9, and that's what I'm going to use. So I have a 1-inch border, and I'm going to use my scoreboard. And I'm going to go ahead and line this up. So I have already gone ahead and added my score tape. And then I'm going to use these new tools that I got from Country Craft Creations. And these are 1 inch. And this way, if you go like this and like this, everything is already lined up. So you just make sure your paper is up tight against it, and then the tools as well. And then what you're going to do is just basically set this in so you have the 1-inch border. So let's give this a try. I have a feeling that this is going to make life so much easier. And I'm also going to try the way Tamara wraps her album covers, because it looked like it would be so much easier as well. So I haven't made a bigger album, and I thought this would be perfect to try. Get on the tape off. All right, let's make sure nothing moved. We're all good. And then basically, I'm just going to snug it right up against everything. Perfect. Look at that. Nice 1-inch border. Make sure that's down good. And I'm just pressing it up against the chipboard so it will fold nice. So now I can go ahead and add my tape. And I'm excited to see how this one is going to come out. All right. And let me cut my corners. And I think I have a new tool somewhere. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so I did get a new tool. I knew I had it somewhere. I had to find it. So this is a new tool from Colorway Arts. And I use a lot of her spacers too for cutting. So this one's nice. This is a new one. This is a heavy metal. And now it'll cut straight across. So I originally had this tool from her, and it was too short on the side. So as you can see, if I were to put it on my paper, it was just a little short. So I just added a ruler to make it longer. But let's try this one on. So I need a cutting mat. And let's cut off my corners. Now if you don't have a tool, you can just take scissors and you could just cut it just like that. But I'm going to go ahead and use the tool. Because I have it. All right, and let's go ahead and get this one wrapped up. So I'm just going to fold on the corners just to get them folded. Just like that. And because I don't have tape that goes all the way over, I'm also running low. I have an order coming, but hasn't made it yet. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right to the edge. Go ahead and get it good burnished. And stick that one down. And come to this side, do the same. And this one. And then now I'm just going to fold in these corners here, smush them down. And to this side. Nice. And you can see how nice and even that is there. let's get this side. Glue first. And get this one down. All right, so there's our first cover, all nice and perfectly wrapped. All right, so I'm going to do the next one same way. Line it up. So these are definitely nice. I used to draw lines, but I don't think I'll be drawing lines anymore. So again, we're going to set it right down. And if you can make an album without any mistakes because of the tools, that's a win-win for me. Anything to make things easier. All right. Make sure we're all nice and tight everywhere. And looks pretty straight to me again. Nice. All right, get it all down. All right, and my tape again. Alrighty, and then let's cut off our corners. I love that she made a new one that's longer, because even though my ruler worked good, depending on how I did my knife, I would get it like kind of angled, so sometimes it wasn't perfectly straight. Did enough so I could definitely use it, but this one is nice. And last one. Okay. And then and then our glue. And how easy was that? And I'll go this way. And then let's do my sides. Push those side corner pieces down again. And some glue. Nice. And then the last one. And that's it for the cover pieces. You just got to do the spine now. Look at that again. Perfect. Nice and clean. All right, so now we're going to work on the spine. So we're going to get started on the spine piece. So this one is 9 by 3. I cut my paper at 11 by, forgot, 11 by 7 because I want 2 inches on the side. So what I'm going to do first is, let's go ahead and I'm just going to score so I have a 2-inch spot. Where's my, I'm just going to score down an easy line, nothing crazy. And let me get a pencil. So because these were a perfect 1 inch, I'm just going to go ahead and make a mark, trace out 1 inch. Could have done it with my scoreboard too, but I have the tools, so why not? So I have 1 inch, and then this is literally going to go right in the center, just like that. All right, so let's stick this one down. And just like that. So now I can go ahead and I want to fold this way and fold this way. This. So let's go ahead and do it this way. So I want to get a nice good fold on it like this. And that's just to get the paper trained to fold where I want it. And then I'm just pressing in on the paper to try to get it wrapped a little bit. Let's do this side too. Because basically what you're going to end up doing, you can see that really good on the camera, is this is going to go on here. So you want them pressed pretty good. So just go ahead and work that a little bit. All right, and now let's go ahead and fold this. Just like that. And then we do the same thing to the bottom. So fold it up on the chipboard first because you know it's squared right here, and then just press down. And it should stay straight for the most part. It's not going to matter too much because we are going to go ahead and cut that off. Just make sure our paper is molded. All right, so when that is done, what we're going to do now is we need to go ahead and we're going to cut from here to here because we don't want anything extra. See my line enough that way. Use that. All right, so now we're going to apply it so we can put this side down here. So I'm going to add my tape. Yeah. use this so I don't tear my paper. And I'm going to use glue as well. So all right, so basically we're going to fold this down. Stick that down. Make sure it's creased up against the side. And then the same thing for the bottom or the top. All right, and let's just go ahead and get it. Keep working that paper. All right. And then what we're going to do now from the chipboard, right here, you want to cut a little angle just as if you're mitering it. So just like that. Have this now, and get that smushed down. So basically what you're going to do now is we're just going to go ahead and add these right to the top, just like that, for our album cover. So let me go ahead and get some tape on here so we can stick that down. So I went ahead and added my tape. I didn't go all the way to the edge here because I did it on my book cover because I just didn't want to worry about getting it too far. So when you set it down, the cover itself is going to take up that space. All right, and then you just put your covers on like so. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So now on this here, you don't need a gusset, I guess. I'm going to try it without a gusset and see, because your book will actually close like this, and you're not going to need to go any further to open your book because you don't open a book like that generally. So I'm going to try it out. All right, so let's go for it. So just make sure when you're setting it down, you're lining it up to the bottom. And then it should be lined up just like that. I'll have to clean that tape up right there and there after. Let's do it there. So let's do the other side. Cute. Look how easy that was. And all nice, clean edges. Love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up. I'm not going to score it into the cardstock, but close. All right, so let me go ahead and clean those up, and I will be back. All right, so all cleaned up, wipe that off, and then the book folds nice this way, should lay flat like this. So, love it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our binding system. So I've already pre-scored, but let me tell you what you need to do. So for your binding page, you need to have one piece cut 8 1/4 by 11 1/2. And on the 11 1/2 inch side, you're going to score at 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, 6 3/4, 7 1/2, 8 1/2, and 9 1/2. And this is what you're going to end up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my score tape, and I'm going to fold it like this. So let me add my tape. So my tape is on. So you notice I only have 3 spots because you only need to add it one side because you're going to attach it like this. And then this is only a 3-page album. So once it's together, it's going to look like this. So let's go ahead and stick those down. And just fold it over. And then the next one. And it doesn't matter which way you go. So now, as you see, I have, there and I can see it. I have my 3 binding pieces here. So the next thing that I want to do is I like to take and bend my ruler. And what I want to do is, so these binding pieces here are 1 inch, these pieces here, and I want to find the middle, so obviously that would be a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold it down because it's easier. And I'm going to find where my 1/2 inch is. And I'm just going to make a little mark. So, I mean, if you're going to see it, you can barely see it. So it's like right there. I know it's super dark. So it would be right here. So what I'm going to do is go around to each side. So I'm going to put my 1/2 inch mark here, here, and then on both sides of the binding, just because it's easier. So basically what we're going to be doing then, once we get that down, my pages, when this binding is in the book, are only going to come down to the 1/2 inch mark. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mark all those, and then I'm also going to go ahead and add my score tape to just run it across the top. So I'll show you that in 1 second. So let me just show you now. I went ahead and made my 1/2 inch marks, and then I went ahead and added score tape to both sides. So it's much easier to add the tape now. And now add the tape now before you put the tape on the back, because you can just kind of bend it around like this. When you put the tape on the back, it becomes a little stiffer. So now what I'm going to do is cover tape on this whole back piece here. So that's the back with all fully covered in tape. So now we're going to go ahead and add it to our album. And to do that, let's get me some more space. So this is going to go right in the middle. So what I like to do is take my centering ruler, and because this is 3 inches, obviously 1 1/2 inches is going to be the center. So then my center point, I'll make a little mark there. And then on this one, and then and 9. So you don't have to, so because this is only a 3-page album, your center spine here is going to go into your center parts here and here. And because this is 9 inches, so it's 3/4 difference, so we're going to go 3/8 up. That way I'll be lined up right in the center there. So if I go 3/8. So one more here, and then over here. Right there. So what I'm going to do is center the middle page to my center spots here and down here. And then the bottom of my album, I'm going to line up to those marks. So I think I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and just make a little mark right there and right there. So it'll just help me easier when I go to set it down. All right, so let's stick this down. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see how this album is going to come out. I haven't been able to play with it in a few days, so I am really ready to see. So if you have any tape overhang, make sure you just kind of pull it down. Okay. And now I'm going to line it up. So right there. And I lined up to my pencil marks. So I'm just going to push the center one down and then just work my way out. This side. And then this side. And I'm going to lift up my cover a little bit. Because when I push down here between the page, and I mean the front cover and the spine, I just want to make sure it is creased a little bit. And then do the same thing to the other side. And now all I'm going to do is just make sure I burnish everything down good. And before I add my pages, I'm going to erase my pencil marks. You shouldn't see them when everything's all said and done, but I just prefer to erase them just in case. And then all you want to do is just keep working those pages. Like that. And it still folds nice. So I'm definitely a fan of this new way of covering albums so far. It even made that nicer. All right, so we can actually just get right on to adding pages because I feel like we're good. Alrighty. I really like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started now putting our pages in our book. So we have the cover all made. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to go with these as my top pages because I like how this opens to this side, where I feel like if I have it here and I'm opening it, it's going to get jammed up. So I'd rather have this open up to the outside. So let's get started now. So I already have my tape on ready to go, and I'm going to line it up. So just making sure we're good. So stick the first one down. And press this down. And I'm lining it up to my 1/2 inch mark. Oh, shoot. No. Let's try it again. All right. Let's get this off. Yeah, I'm just making sure I look like I'm lined up. So now I'm going to go ahead and add one of these pages. So I'm going to put this one right on top. It's going to line up just like that. Just making sure we're good. So now I'm going to add some tape to this one. And then we can stick that down. And I am excited to see how cute this little guy is going to look. Alrighty, and I want to put this one down, so I'm going to line this up first to my page. And once I know I'm all squared off, I'm going to hold this and I'm just going to take this piece up first. And then I can take these ones off. And there's our first page. So cute. And then my next one is going to be, do I want this guy? No, I want one of the flips. Then I'm going to do this one. And get this one lined up. That one down. Some tape. You could glue it down too if you prefer to glue. I like to use tape just in case I make a mistake and I want to pull it up. I can. The tape is more forgiving than glue. So that's this one. Next one's going to be a flip up. So I think we're going to go with this guy, right? Yeah. That one, yeah, okay. So I'm going to do that one because if I do these two together, I have the same image on both and I don't want them together. So he will go on the other page. So this guy's going to go here. And I feel like we're good there. And this side. Now, if you need more room for photos and stuff, such as we did on the fall mini album where I made the pages themselves flip open, you certainly can go ahead and add that and then just do this the same way. So these would become your new top cover pages, which they will also look super cute. And that's stuck. And some tape. You know, so when you're doing this, make sure you don't do anything to the cover until you're done. Make sure your cover is the last thing that you're going to do. And that's only because moving the book around so much, you don't want to ruin your cover. Especially if you have any light spots in your cover, you're going to end up with a lot of marks. We don't want that after all that hard work. Make sure I'm lined up. Oops, that slipped. I'm just using my fingers so I can feel. Okay, and then this one. And then we can put on our front and back pages now. So this is really cute. So right now we have a lot of room for photos. So not knowing what I was going to do with all the new flips and stuff with it, I wanted to make sure we have lots of room so we can go ahead and add a ton of photomats. So now we are going to do, this one matches this image, so I don't want to use that one. So we're going to go with this guy. And this is going to get put down right here, somewhat centered the best you can. So I'm just going to remove my maps. And then we can stick this one down. And then the only thing left to do will be the covers. So let's go ahead and, which one? I guess the bottom one. So I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm just centering it to the space. this album was a lot of fun to make, so I think I'm going to make another one. There's that. And then all the way to the back. And this one will go right there. Almost. And I can't wait to make another album. All right, so let's, where's my, again, I always like to peel up the tape a little bit so when I do go to stick it, I can get a good grip on it. So once I'm happy with where I want it, okay, and there we go. So cute. So we have our book, so we open up like this. And we have our fun little element here with it spinning. Our stacked pockets, of course. Just something fun and unique way of making some stacked pockets. Just like that. And I've got some tags over here. And another pop-up element, so pops up. And then we come back over here. And again, room for lots of photos. And then these tags hold all this down. Pops up cute. This one. This paper is just adorable. We have that. And then our stacked pockets there. So the only thing left for me to do now is put some paper on the cover and we will be done with this one. All right, so we are all done. How cute is that? It actually almost looks like the light is really lighting up in there. That's so neat. Anyway, this is fine. And then the back cover. So that's how I wrapped up this album. So you can, of course, go ahead and add all of your tags and photomats and stuff to that. I'm done with this album here for the videos. I just wanted to wrap it up and show you how to go ahead and put it together. You also might want to put some strips in here too, which you could just fill in, add some more pattern paper in there, or you could just leave it like it is. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. This is a short, quick little video just wrapping up the album. I did not get a chance to get it all finished the last time because it is crazy busy at work, but I wanted to finish it up so you could go ahead and put this together. And if you are watching this on my YouTube channel, Patty's Crafty Spot, or on the Crealies YouTube channel, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye.